Any changes to the agenda, page 1 and 2? None, it's just, we didn't have a finance committee meeting last month, so these are the minutes from August.
Which I've got a question on that if I can ask.
Yeah.
So all of the things that we normally have on there, like the contract reviews and that, were the last month's brought over to, so do we have 2 months contract reviews or did we just skip
So
September?
the ones that should have gone in September, we took straight to the board. So anything that would have come here to be passed on to the board, we took straight to the board in October. So there's no contracts that were pending or hanging over.
Okay,
That's why this month's board meeting was like 3.5 hours long.
It's only 2 hours.
okay, okay.
Seemed like- seemed like-
Meanwhile, as long as, and I don't have an issue as long as it's, as
Yeah,
long as.
we passed them straight through to the board just to not create any lists.
And John, you're gonna move
Thank you,
Stewart
John.
up on the agenda, right? Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we got to back up. I'm sorry. We're going to move Stewart's presentation right after public comment. That way he can get back to radiology. So that will be a change in the, on item B. Sorry about that. But you're okay with the minutes, Gene, sending them to board
Yes.
consent? Okay.
Yes,
Don't see anybody from public comment today. Staff that's on Zoom, so we'll go ahead and move. Stewart, you can do your presentation, item 4, pages 25 through 26 on the radiology. Welcome.
Thank you, everybody, for having me. We're just gonna, it's kind of a preliminary. We kind of want to discuss upcoming issues we're going to kind of have with radiology here. Our X-ray machine, we, I believe, purchased in 2012.
you can sit over here if you feel like.
You want to?
Yeah,
We can kind of.
There's a podium over there. Yeah. I don't want to get too close to anybody. So basically we had this machine since about 2012, and at that point it was already a retrofitted machine. It was made for kind of an early CR, we called it, digital imaging, and then they kind of retrofitted it to allow for digital imaging. And so we've got it at that point, right? Well, I don't want to be too close to Gene or anybody.
Oh,
Going on.
gotcha, got it.
Yeah, I appreciate it, because I get catch anything really.
Yeah.
It wasn't because he hates you.
No. So basically what we're here for is that come December, we're gonna be end of life on this machine. And it was kind of a short term that we were able to experience this room and this equipment, but there's been a lot of changes in digital radiography in the last few years. And so the development has basically been in the image capturing the detector, right?
Which machine are you talking?
This is our main
The very
X-ray
one
room.
that you get.
The big room that right out this services most of the outpatient services and.
I saw on TV where in UK, the AI, they had in their emergency room, you could see the person's bones just like they were a skeleton walking.
Yeah, so we did get that through you guys, I think last couple months ago, we did get the portable machine for us upgraded and we have some AI stuff.
Oh, that is.
Yeah, and that is absolutely great.
How much more power does that thing take than?
It's not really
It's
like
not-
it's not really a power type thing.
They
It's more
said
of
it took a
time
lot
thing.
of power.
Yeah, it takes more processing power, but not more
Okay,
energy, right?
okay, that's, okay. More processing power means the computer is being taxed more.
A little bit, yeah,
It's all gonna
but
be-
there's also been a lot of advancements in computing power over the same
Okay,
period.
what I'm thinking about is in our planning is, are we gonna have enough electricity for all the AI? Are we setting it up properly?
I would say that there would be no change in the demand on electricity
Okay,
from the
okay,
machine. Right, so it's gonna use the same power input, same.
So with all the changes, just like that we got emergency, is this the new AI technology?
Yes, so these are pretty new things that we have on our portable equipment that we utilize mostly in the ER. I'm not asking for that in this upgrade to our main X-ray room because I don't think it'll be utilized very well. I think in the ER case where the doctors are there to visualize the image immediately, it's an excellent use case for it.
Is it a lease situation or do we just buy the equipment?
It would be a buy of the software portion of it. So there could be advanced in the future where we get this equipment and then we could
Is
add
it,
on the package.
with new technology, can we upgrade
Yes,
in a reasonable time?
yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
we've upgraded the CT scanner just recently.
Correct, too.
Like I said, we upgraded the,
The portable was kind of a rebuild, but yeah, I mean,
it
is capable.
built it from the ground up, but
Yeah. Yeah.
so, but they put the AI in it.
That portable's gotta be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
I
And he
was-
showed me on some,
It's very
some images that they saw was night and day difference. I mean,
Yeah.
it really was.
And so that's kind of what we're here. And this ask is also kind of going to improve the image quality definitely with the new room. Because it'll allow us to use the same capabilities as that machine. Right?
It'll make me look better.
Make your bones
Both look
better.
good.
Will you have additional capabilities with this machine?
Yes and no. I mean, the details are going to be better. The diagnostic certainty is going to be increased a little bit, right? But we're not going to have like new features.
No
or anything
procedures.
like that, right? We're not going to be doing more procedures, but we don't really have radiologists here or the capability to do those procedures anyway. So that's why I don't think it's pertinent at this point to ask for those upgrades. They would be available in the future. If we needed them, we could then have them. If we were
This new equipment has the ability to see things you may not want to see.
Right, we've been doing that the whole time.
Yeah.
What about the maintenance contract? Is it gonna be a new maintenance contract?
So the maintenance contract would be, it would be a new maintenance contract on the new machine, right? But it would be still through GE, because that's where I'm headed, is to see if we can get the GE upgrade to this. They're gonna offer us some cuts on the cost through loyalty and through end of life service kind of discontinuation on this machine. They want to buy it back basically.
Buy it
And,
back?
yeah, which would, it's not a lot of money, but it's basically just the reduction in the price on this unit, right?
What's the
So,
gross price on it?
so the gross price on this main MSRP is around like 280 to 300,000. I've gotten since this number on your paperwork I gave you guys was about 199. I've since then got that reduced to 193. So I kind of took off a little bit of convenience features that we don't need on there. Such.
Do we need a motion on that?
There's no,
So this is just for.
So yeah, so this is just kind of discussion at this point. I just wanted to bring this up. Come December, we're gonna have to move forward on some sort of plan, right?
How long will it take to get the new
The new room?
processor in?
So there'd be a whole new install, right? We're gonna have to get a new table, a new overhead tube, new wall bucky, new computer, new generator, pretty much everything, right? So we're hoping through service with GE that we may not have to get OSPOD 2 involved, because we don't really need to do any construction. We're just basically removing and installing in the same.
We'll have to notify them.
We will notify them, of course, right? But we may not need to get like major inspections or do any kind of like.
So, but you're not gonna have downtime because you have the portable.
Yeah, correct. So the portable with this, the new portable is great. It allows us to do pretty much everything that we can do in the room. Right? I mean, there's some limitations and such, but for the most part, we would have very minimal kind of productivity downtime, I guess, like that, right?
So if the end of life is in December,
So the
we be doing this like
now. So the end of life is coming, right? So GE is going to continue service. They're going to continue service to the best of their ability. What that means basically is the part that we're losing the service on, and the part that we're losing is the detector, the part that we like capture the image with. The machine, the tube, the computer, all those types of things, they're all still serviceable. They still have parts, stuff like that. But the detector, the part that actually takes the images, is what's going into life. This is what kind of pushed our mobile upgrade as well, because that was no longer going to be able to service the detector as well.
So if it goes out, we're out.
And pretty much with these new digital rooms, you're buying the detector, right? The tubes are the same X-ray producing tubes that have been for 50 years, right? There are advancements.
It's
right?
not liquid where you use nickel to process it, right?
No, not anymore.
After Fraser.
Yeah.
So,
They don't do this anymore either.
Yeah, we're not chiseling stone but so basically this is just kind of get the ball rolling, get some ideas going. I of course am open to kind of looking and exploring other options and such, but I think with this loyalty discount, this kind of buyback discount, I don't know if we're going to be able to get the quality of this room in any other option, right? I mean, I can of course get some other quotes from other companies, such to
it's probably a good
kind
idea
of, yeah,
just to have those.
to make sure that we,
compare.
compare our options and such. and I'll kind of reach out on service and see where the point of failure is gonna be, where they won't be able to help us. But I think the movement into this new GE suite would be kind of a good deal for the hospital. It should carry us on for probably 20+ years and kind of keep us going. And with the,
We'll be able to upgrade through the process.
yes, so that machine would be upgradable, but
And the other-
most of it would be software upgrades.
And the other companies you might consider could be a factor on how they do think, how much they put into research.
Exactly right. And then we're not going to get any kind of discount on any companies, any other machine, right? Through Fuji or Kodak or Agfa or any of these other companies, right? We're going to have to buy it for MSRP. And then the other is with GE, you know, I guess a case for them is that they've been like very loyal to us. They've been really good with service for us. They've helped us a lot in the past and stuff. So
Pay them a lot too, don't we?
yeah, that is true, right? I mean, they are paid for the service, but they do provide good service. So that's kind of the sorry.
As long as he doesn't retire.
Yeah, well, we got Patrick. I mean, Dean, he may be on the end of this ropes there, getting closer.
He's
but
getting into life.
he's been training Patrick.
That's right.
And training, would additional training be required too?
Not for us to use the machine. Some of the clinical suites and stuff on there are already on the portable. We're already getting good use with them and stuff. So there shouldn't be any staff downtime or training.
Okay.
Oh,
Right, so it might be advantageous. So it's what's 2 weeks before the next board meeting? Right, so maybe in those 2 weeks, if you want to get some more quotes and then we can present to the full board for discussion.
Sure.
If you want to do it, you know, by September, that way it's already approved and ready to go for December.
Yeah, because I'm thinking if they're not like they're not trying to push us for funding either, right? They're just trying to get this like kind of rolling through us as well because of the end of life coming December, right?
Mhm.
So they want to start getting us on a motion to either get an upgrade or do whatever the case may be.
Any end of
as well.
year discounts that are factoring in with that for them?
That's not what they said. They pretty much was just loyalty and then the buyback basically because they want that detector back.
Yeah,
You know,
I didn't know if they were looking just end of year for them, that they were looking for some discounts.
I did ask if there was any more room we could wiggle on the price. And then I was able to kind of comb through the quote and get rid of like kind of a one. It would be a convenience for us that we don't, right? It wouldn't be utilized well. So
Do they have financing available?
I believe they have financing available, but it'd probably be on a credit line or something like that. You know, I think they kind of like payment on the financing is pretty straight and stuff.
Even if we don't have it for the board meeting on the 14th, because it gives you limited time to get it together, we could still bring it back to finance in November.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think that's fine as well, because like I said, it's not till December that it goes into life.
Yeah.
I just want to get everybody kind of on some sort of thought process here and get everything kind of going and stuff. So it's not a shocker when I run into it.
Yeah.
Well, once you present it and get approval, it doesn't just come the next day.
Right.
It takes time.
So, yeah, and then I'm not expecting this to be another 6 months or 8 months before we even, get the room or whatnot, right? I'm not like trying to push any of this, right? Like I said, I'm just trying to get the ideas going, get some of this going. If we can get the approval and get the funding and get it going, it should be, we could get it within a short period of time, right?
Has this machine been breaking down?
There has been recent problems we've been having with it. Some of it has been like staff involved problems with trying to move the overhead tube and such. We've been having a little bit of like, it's difficult to manipulate it. We're having a little bit of issues with just like kind of small failures, like small pieces of electronics, little boards, fuses, stuff like that are kind of building up. We haven't had any like catastrophic failures.
Any issues with the table? I thought.
The table's been pretty well. I don't think we had, just the last one was a fuse was the problem and stuff. So like I said, it's just kind of been these like small issues, but they're kind of compounding as of late. And then with the end of life, it's going to be more and more difficult to get parts for those replacements and stuff. And now, if there's any more questions?
Who would be the recipient of the old equipment? Would it be a doctor's office or something?
No,
like
it'd be
that?
take the equipment back. So
I
that's
know, but
part
what
of
would they
it.
do with it?
I can't answer that. I think they'll probably use it for parts for servicing people who are unable to get some sort of upgraded, right? Because they want to be able to service to the best of their ability, right? So the more the parts they get back to them, the more they can continue to service people.
Sometimes they'll refurbish them and send them to other countries too.
They
Sometimes,
do that, yeah.
Or a doctor's office, it was just,
Yeah.
okay, it would be better than nothing.
Sure.
sure. I think with this one, these detectors are getting to the age where they're probably not being produced anymore, right? And that's the biggest issue. So once they run out of the detectors, which take the image, right, they're just gonna kind of do away with the whole machine.
That'll be it. We'll be done then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're already got several replacements for that.
Thank you.
Good
Spray
presentation.
paint on the side of it, parting out.
Put it out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
It'll be gone. That's for sure.
Now, the AI that replaces Carrie, whenever he walks in there and you x-ray him, what will you see?
Well, I'm not sure.
As an
maybe-
AI figure, I'm talking about not the live Carrie, but the remanufactured.
This is
It's probably gonna be.
It's been done years ago, Gene.
It'll probably be hollow.
Yeah, real shallow.
Any more questions for?
Glad you're getting this today, so.
I don't know. We had him on a call earlier and his screen was glitching a little bit.
Yeah,
Part of the matrix.
it's up monkey.
That's something on purpose.
Good enough.
All right, well, thank you, Stewart.
Well, thank you all for having me. Let me put my presentation.
Thanks.
I'll follow up with everybody and let everybody kind of know what other cases are, stuff like that. But hopefully we can get this approved. I feel like it would be a good investment for the hospital and such.
The upgrade is working good and everything else.
Everything else has been working excellent and stuff. So it's a good testament to them as well.
Awesome.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good one. Okay, we'll move on to the financial statements and we're gonna go over the Timbers other financials.
Yes,
We want Amy or John?
I'll do it.
Okay,
But if we want to look at page 2, which is the statistics, you can see that most of it,
The contract review, we're not going to do that?
we're doing that. It's under new business.
Oh, okay. What page?
page 2. It's
Eight packet.
page,
Back.
8.
page 2, those. If you see, all the volumes are pretty much below budget and below prior year. We've got discharges are below, the acute days are below budget and below prior year. And then our swing beds are right even with budget and above prior year. So that's good. And October is trending even higher. We're way above budget on acute and swing beds. And if you look at our length of stay.
Can I just make a comment?
Sure.
So one of the things that we tend to look at when you combine the two, we had to adjust our average length of stay to get that down. So we really kind of imposed an IDT to be able to focus on the length of stay coming down below 4.0. And if we had to keep those people longer, we'd make them a swing bed. So when you consider some of the numbers being below budget,
I should have adjusted the budget for the length of stay, really should have done. You're right.
I'm not sure if that's the case,
Well,
but
yeah, because
I think that's why you're seeing a lower number under actual compared to prior year.
yeah,
This is what we were talking about the other day with Paul Care. I was trying to get them to give us a new rate for swing beds. Because right now they don't recognize swing beds. And so they ended up leaving them on the acute unit while they finished their IV therapy or physical therapy or whatever. And so, which is fine because it's higher money for us, but the point is it raises our Medicare length of stay up, which we can then get penalized if we go over 4.0.
Yeah.
And so, the IDT team is working great. I mean, this was down like 2.8 at one point. So it's too low. So this is a little bit more comfortable, obviously, but now we're 3.0 for the 3.09 for the.
The overall is still 20 visits lower, but
Yeah.
there's a partial reason for
if
that.
you lose a half a day here, half a day there, it's a difference,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Okay, moving down on this daily census, 2.7 compared to 3.2 and 4.1. But again, that's probably related to keeping them in a little bit longer. Long-term care days, our SNF beds are below budget, but over prior year by about 200, almost 242. Our ER visits are below budget, but a little bit above last year, 642 to 636. Our outpatient visits are above budget but below prior year. And our clinic visits are below on both. Clinic visits are trending higher this month, though. They're above budget this month, as are
How compared to last year to date? The last 3 or 4 months? Because I live right next door and I don't see a lot of traffic over there. So that's how I can sort of gauge it.
clinic visits, primary care last year, or this year, year to date, 3780. Last year, year to date, 3772.
Okay,
Almost
not-
exact,
About the same.
really close. And the specialty visits are actually higher than last year, but a little bit below budget.
And a lot of those specialty visits are telemedicine visits, so.
Yeah, and we're trying to expand that,
Right.
too, right? Then looks like it's working. Our retail pharmacy, the scripts are almost double, as you can see. For this month, they were 4710. They're trending to about 5200 this month, if it keeps going at the same rate, which is great. And increase, as you'll see on the income statement, that increases our revenue and also increase our expenses too.
Exactly.
So there's a give and take. And FTEs are a little bit above budget. Those two were in maintenance, I believe. Is that right? They were the two were maintenance.
Oh,
I think that's what it was. Okay, and then year to date, we're below budget on FTEs. And that's it for you see our case mix index. That's another reason our revenues are a little bit lower, because our acuity is down, which leads to lower revenue. Any questions on the statistics?
Could I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Whenever you make the print this small, you should be required to put reading glasses.
On the table.
You're kidding, huh?
I-
Let's
I'm
fit
not
everything
putting-
on here. What we're gonna do by next month, we'll have a 12-month, and it'll be across the page. That way, so it'll be a little bit better,
Oh, cool.
right? Just read it.
You just put on 8.5 by the paper, you got to side of it, separate it, though.
You think of everything.
It'd be really good step.
Okay, yeah. Oh, one thing I forgot, our census in the SNP has been 47 this month, just about the whole time. 46, 47, but pretty close to 47. Okay, no questions on the steps? Let's go 2 pages more to the balance sheet, page 4. Our cash is down by $740,000.
Page.
Page 10, actually.
Oh, sorry, I've got the wrong.
Bottom. You got.
There's.
Printed it.
You don't have page
No.
numbers.
There's one here, take this one. Who needs it? John did.
Thank you.
He doesn't have our page numbers. He has his own.
You can read those better.
Packet, then I don't have the page numbers.
Okay, so our cash is down a little bit. We've made, let's see, our payroll, we had 2 payrolls, but they're about 1.4 million there. Our AR, we made at the bond fund, we made a deposit down there for when we have to pay it. And really a lot of it's timing too. Our collections are down a little bit this month, and that's really, timing is a lot because we get paid by certain payers on Monday, and if Monday doesn't come on their end, it just changes it. We have an increase in our UBS funds, and that's just the interest. We bought a mono machine, $62,000, and
And the pill counter?
pill,
from
that's a pill
RX
counter.
systems?
Yep, a pill counter. That's what the 68,000 is right here, in addition to
On equipment.
equipment increased.
Our construction in progress, we added Granger, Isabella Flooring, and Home Depot. A lot of it's for the move to the new HR building.
Okay. On the next page, 11. Our accounts payable is up about $50,000, but that again is a lot timing. As of today, it's about 1.3 million. Accrued payroll taxes is up because it was a 9-day accrual versus a 7-day accrual for August, and that's again just timing. Patient refunds are up because we have some credit balances due to the fact that when we have a Tri-West patient, since it takes so long to pay them, We bill Medicare and Tri-West, just in case Medicare doesn't pay, we get Tri-West, but Tri-West takes about a year to pay. So we got paid by both, and now we got a refund. Just to cover
They'll pay
ourselves.
the same amount.
Yeah, yes,
That's VA.
be right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
TRICARE.
The TRICARE, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Tri-West is,
What I say,
we get an off.
I see.
what did I say, Tri-West? Oh,
Tricare.
I meant Tricare, yeah, yeah.
That's what I wondered what,
Matter of fact, yeah, that was one of the contracts that
We
we
gotta-
just negotiated. So we've got they're converting to Anthem
Right.
effective January
I
first.
don't know if that's good or bad.
I'm not even,
I think it's bad, actually.
yeah,
And that's about it,
might be
really.
faster than a year.
I hope so, yeah. That's it for the balance sheet. Any questions there? But you have something else to add?
No, nothing else for the page.
Okay, any questions, Gene?
nope,
All right, John? All right, to the income statement. Page 12. Our revenues are down because as we talked about, the volumes are all down. So the revenues are down below budget and higher than last year, but most of that increase is due to our 4% increase in charges. A lot of it, at least. And then our net patient revenues above budget is because the contractuals are a little bit below. I took the contractuals down just based on the aging of some of all the contractuals are based on aging of some of the AR, how old it is, and then trying to get an allowance that properly reflects what we're gonna get paid. So that's why that's up. Salaries and wages is below budget. It's above prior year, but it's below budget, and that's mainly because of pharmacy management, lab, RT, PT, and ERNs, because the RNs are down, but the increase, contract labor is down, but the increase in RNs is up.
Yeah.
Just so it's a switch.
Was any at the minimum wage adjustment that we gave in June as
That's-
well?
No,
Yep.
factored into it also.
Yeah, that's factored into it also. But yeah, even though our contract labor is down, mainly it's because our SNF is down about 62,000 because we've got our own
Our
people
own
now.
people in there now.
But the ER is up because we don't have our own people there.
That's right.
It's great
And-
though, when you look compared to last year though, 131,000 versus the 93.
Yeah.
So big change.
And then supply expense, like we just talked about, is up because it's 104,000 increase over budget, but 110 increases for the pharmacy.
But if you also look at the supply expense, part of that, you'll see it in the revenue on line 5, the increase, how much their revenue is above budget. So they kind of balance each other.
So 168 in revenue, 110 in supplies.
Nice.
And we come to a net loss this month of $74,000. Compared to a budget of about 27,000 positive. When the volumes are down and the revenues are down, it's difficult to make money. Okay, any questions on the month financials, income statement? Okay, let's go to the next page, 13. This is year to date, and a lot of the things still hold true. Inpatient revenues below, clinic revenues above, outpatient revenues above budget due to the ER mostly and outpatient visits. Long-term care revenue is a little bit down because we're down a little bit from where we thought we were going to be as far as census goes.
It's up from last year, obviously.
Yeah, up from last year though. Again, the salaries and wages are below budget year to date and below prior year by $250,000, which is good. Supply expense, again, same thing. Out of that 439 increase over budget, 420 is the pharmacy, but you got 402. So the 402 increase in revenue, but your 420 increase in. So we also need to factor in our 340B part there, which would make up for some of that deficit. And we are concentrating a little bit more on the 340B. We were trying to get an attorney, but the attorney that we got wants to charge us, what, $800 an hour? Is that what it was?
Discounted to $636.
Yeah. So
Yep.
we're looking for a new
We're
one.
looking for another one.
This guy is, he wrote the laws and he was
Heroes
a
of three
top guy, but maybe we don't need the top guy. We need a little lower guy, I think.
We need AI.
Yeah. And then, like I said, supply, but our expenses are a little bit over budget. But Well, again, without the pharmacy, we'd be under budget. We're doing a good job on maintaining our expenses, I think.
And not all of that obviously is pharmacy. I mean, I'm sure there's other issues because of just price increases that have
Right,
occurred and
right.
stuff like that, so.
Okay, any questions on that? We have a year-to-date income of 263,000 on a budget of -35, so we're ahead of budget by 300,000 bucks right now.
Yeah, year to date wise, it looks pretty good.
Yep. And like I said, October is shaping up to be a real good month.
Talk about the IGTs and stuff like that, what we've got coming in.
Right.
I know it was a big one that we're either.
And we have to pay out, what,
Or 8 million or something like that. Or something.
yeah, this month. Or not this month, in November.
We gotta pay 1.2 and then we gotta pay the other rest of it too, yeah.
Yep.
So that's good.
We
That's good.
can't depend on an IGT. Whenever the state gets tough and looking for money, which they are right now,
I already tried
they're
to take it.
gonna suck every penny they can out of us. So we, they're treating us fair right now, but we gotta be prepared.
Well, they passed that one resolution that basically was going to allow them to dip into the MCO tax
Right, right.
and so forth. So that would have taken over $1 billion out or whatever out of the,
Right.
and put it into the
Right.
general
Yeah,
fund.
what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
we need to take the money, but we need to be prepared, and try to run
Absolutely.
our business
Absolutely.
like we might not get it.
Right, right.
Well, you don't want to get into a situation like in the late '90s with the Balanced Budget Act where we weren't getting any Medicare reimbursement. That's why we had all the financial problems. And then we got critical access status that helped for a few years. So,
Can I make, on Qualker, you, once when you talked about Qualker.
Yeah.
Where they get their money from. Okay,
Yeah, right. They get
okay,
to pay the federal government, right?
what happens is, they go to Medicare, they say, give us $1,000 for every person, we'll take care of them all year, and we'll give them a little extra.
They give them dental. like-
Glasses or
yeah.
dental or some little bullshit thing, and then they'll keep them. And the way they make their money is, they try to keep them healthy where they don't see a doctor or don't get operated on as much. So they keep the difference. The guy that owns Qualcare is making a bundle of money and he's doing a good job. He's making money, but that's who you're negotiating with.
Yep.
It's in between Medicare and his profit.
Absolutely.
Okay, I didn't know if everybody understands that.
That's why they deny claims and deny
Well,
authorizations.
The less they pay out, the more they keep right in their pockets, direct.
Same with managed Medi-Cal too. That's how that works. They give them so much money if you don't come in.
Current health, same thing.
Yeah. That's why they got a big building now and all that stuff too.
But Qualcomm tries to do a good job and they try not to deny coverage where it should be covered and all that, so, but.
Like I said, I had a good meeting with the Qualcare folks week before last. But they're not the Dignity Qualcare, they're the other one.
Right.
And so the Dignity one, they're having problems, with a lot of folks are getting upset with them. Even Dignity's own hospitals are upset with them, so I haven't met with them yet. But I plan to.
well, since we're kind of talking about that subject, since it affects us financially, the gentleman that was here yesterday, Mr. Jordan, was
Jim Care, he was on Jim
Jeff
Care.
here, right?
Yeah.
And Jim Care does the same thing, they contract, apparently Jim Care lost a contract.
Right.
And we got nothing to do with Jim Care.
Well, I was just curious because, we're having this conversation, so I didn't know if there was if you had an update since yesterday. About
Yeah, we
some of these
We're
contracts that we
we're
have.
looking into it and
Yeah, I've reached out to Andy, to see if we can't get in through him. I mentioned it yesterday. I know one of the board members said you looked like you were surprised it was first year here, but I had heard, I just got confused with what Sherry had shared with me several weeks before with regards to this whole email stream that was going on and letters that we'd received. I reached out to several people. I reached out to, first I wanted to verify whether the problem was on our side, that we didn't do something like re-credential Dr. Mongar, and therefore they couldn't give patients to her. That wasn't the case. She is clear as far as our records show that she's in good standing with all those health plans and so forth. This is purely an issue within AMPM. And so
William Jim Care.
AMPM is the main plan though, apparently for them.
Oh, okay.
And there's multiple IPAs and so forth that will contract with
Right.
patients. So he was gem care. We have another one that came through BFMC that got a similar letter. I contacted, I reached out to Susie, Kathy rather, the one Mosley. And so I put a call on her and I just told her, I said, listen, I says, you need to get back to us right away and find out what the hell's going on here. I says, you're impacting patient care.
Mhm.
And I said, this is unacceptable. And I have to take it up to Department of Insurance or whatever, or managed care. I will,
Manage.
this is all on your side. You've known that. Sherry gave me emails that showed back as far as October 22nd that she'd been in communication with them about the same problem. And they've done nothing. They're all kind of looking at each other. She's reached out to 3 or 4 different people at there. So I just called the top person there, and I've got Andy calling. I sent the emails to Andy, so he's now calling as well. I know he was copied on a couple of them as well, but so we're trying to get this resolved as quickly as we can, but it was nothing that we did. Like I said, we apparently, because I reached out to Greg to find out, did we get an email from the health plan indicating that, she's no longer on the plan? And what everybody's telling me, we had not gotten any notification from them that was going on until we got this letter from the patients that started showing up. So again, I was confused yesterday. And so if I misled the board on what, it was new to me because it's the first time I had met him or whatever. But like I said, we're on it, and I've got Andy going on it. I'm going on it until we get an answer on this thing.
Okay.
We want to get these patients back to their.
Well, exactly. I think that's what it comes down to.
Right. We got to get them back.
Make sure that they're
Plus they're having to go.
taken care of.
Yeah, it's disrupting their ability to get care for
Right.
it, especially, you've got a patient who's going for cancer therapy and that gets interrupted. I mean, that is so sensitive,
Oh, yeah.
so that's terrible.
I apologize.
No, I appreciate you bringing that up.
Well,
I was gonna do it anyway.
I forgot Andy's stuff was on the agenda anyway.
Yeah.
That I just kind of came up because we were talking about the
Right.
different contracts. I know we had issues earlier. in the
Thanks
year.
for bringing it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry, John, go ahead.
No, that's all right. Any questions on year to date?
They look looking pretty good.
Yeah. All right, then, let's see. There's, and you guys want to talk about, all this rest of the stuff's really just 13-month. We've already talked about all that. We can go to the local vendor. And that is on page 18.
Amy,
Yes.
not the last time before last, if you could abbreviate mountain on those right in the middle.
That's
Because
Mount Mesa water. I'll try to
they're all
expand it.
water, they're all
All
water.
water, yes.
Which one's the Mount Mesa Water?
Yeah,
So which one is the 8800? Is it the actual hospital?
I believe that one is the hospital.
Wow.
Is
Yeah.
there 2 for the hospital? I think Bob mentioned.
Probably the one right down below that
I was thinking
3600.
that from below it was the clinic, but it's not. Apparently Bob told me that was also the hospital.
But we get billed every other month, so.
Yeah.
There's 2 months, yeah.
It's 2 months.
We'll look and see, maybe next time we can put,
We can expand it out a little
expand
bit.
it and put where the location is too. But those 2 big ones at the hospital, I'm pretty sure. Any questions on that, John or Gene?
No.
I gave, Gene asked the question about, what's that place called?
Builders Mart.
Builders Mart, and I gave him the invoice. It's about $1,700 this month, which is
It's,
down from last month.
well, we're gonna be talking about.
That's listed further down.
Yeah.
Oh, we are, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't notice that. Got ahead of myself. Okay, next. The contract reviews, who wants,
Yeah, it's new business. Yeah.
okay, we're done with the financials, I guess.
Yeah. If there's any other questions for John. Okay, Amy.
Okay, yeah,
The contract.
you don't go over them all, right?
It was just pretty much if anybody has any questions.
Okay, the question, the 4th or 5th one down at CYANO, what is?
Rhino Systems, that is a,
No, it's
Sorry,
the,
yeah.
it's the video that Tiffany does.
well, it's beyond the video that Tiffany does. It's a kind of like a marketing tool for videos that we record for Tiffany, other departments that we publish.
Who's Tiffany?
Tiffany Prieston is our dietitian.
Dietary. She does a weekly show that she does the health tips for the community that goes out on the internet and so forth. She films them.
So we're spending $500 a month for the filming,
Well, it's just, we do it all in-house. It uses your cell phone. It's not any big
but we
camera.
still spend $500 a month.
Yes.
It's outreach to the community though. I mean,
Yeah, well, I go, it just,
It's available for all kinds of things that she's doing.
so do they distribute it? Is that what they're doing?
They don't distribute it, we distribute it. And it's not just for those videos. I mean, that's the primary thing it's being used for right now, I
And
would
so
say.
what do they furnish? What do they give us?
They give us the platform in which to make the videos.
They give us a camera?
No.
Okay, we use our phone and put it into their
There's-
platform.
Yep.
Then what happens? Because it's on your phone. So, I mean, what do they do?
They update like an editing tool where we can put different graphics and different things on there. It takes the video from your phone and then
So we
They
do the
do
work
distribute.
ourselves. We're renting.
No, they actually do post-production work on that as well. So
So we use it for everything.
not everything's the wrong word, but we use it for lots.
Lots of stuff. Okay. And then it's a good deal.
I mean, I wouldn't call it a good deal. It's $500 a month,
Yeah,
but we
yeah.
do use it.
Okay.
and maybe we need to look at a different product that might.
Yeah, this came up maybe 3-4 months ago. And at the time, Orion was doing a lot of the stuff. He was the primary user of this before he left. And I had a long conversation with him about all the things. Because I had the same question you, $500 a month. If we're
Right.
just producing one video, is that something that we could just do ourselves?
Right.
Save a little bit of money. Ultimately came down to probably not because of all the different tools that they use that this system provides.
We were doing some interviews for new hires so that we could understand where they were coming from.
Could we do it every other month or could we use it? Because
We're paying a service fee, period. $500 a month is what we get. We can just use it as much as we want. That's how it works.
well, what I'm saying is, could we run it 6 months out of the year rather than the whole year?
It's a question I haven't asked, but I very much so doubt it. It's just not the way these guys work. I mean, you probably have a year contract that you're paying for this access, agreeing to pay $500 a month.
Or maybe he was using it for more because he was using, maybe is there a volume discount or?
No.
You just get the platform.
Okay, all right,
Good question, though. I had the same one not too long ago.
thank you. No, actually, no.
What's in these to consent, Gene?
Yes.
Okay, page 20 is the clinicians telemed medical group amendment. Craig is here. Somebody else.
This, I think we got a notice from our urologist on our network that they needed to raise their compensation. So that bumped to 275, and don't remember what it was before, whether it was 25 or 250 or yeah, 25. Yeah. So it had been that for some time, if I remember.
So what do we do, Tim?
Yeah, I'm fine with raising this. I mean, this is actually below what some of the primary care physicians are getting paid now. So we can do.
How long does it take to get to be a doctor?
Years, depending on the specialty you're going to.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Sending it to consent. Okay, we'll send it to consent. Sorry, Marty, did you
Well, I'm
Did you wanna-
just curious
go
on
for a minute? Is it okay? Go back to the contracts.
Which one are you looking at? Mark?
I'm sorry, kind of large this.
So I'm looking at the medical director, the gross hospitals agreement
Oh, yeah.
and SNF medical director. Is there language in those? I haven't read them and I don't know if we're.
I'm not putting those through yet. I'm
Okay.
not signing those because.
No, those are already signed. This is just to get for it.
Oh,
Right.
okay,
So they're still under their term, so.
fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, I was just curious because of the comments we had the other day.
The answer is no.
Okay. I'm good.
Okay.
Go to the contracts. Yeah.
Well, the next one is Andy working, but he's. Oh, he's.
Where you at, what page you on?
21 through 24.
Andy working negotiates all our contracts for us.
Yeah.
He's been getting paid $1,200 a month for 20 years probably.
Yeah,
Well,
it's 2011.
He's
Never had-
good with exactly what I was talking about, all the people that are working with Medicare and they've got a pile of money. He's good at trying to give us most of it, and he's doing a pretty good job.
He's got Patterson, he's got about 30 to 40 hospitals that he negotiates as one against these people.
Right, right.
Us,
So
But one-on-one, we don't have any power.
he's in a sweet spot. He's in a good place.
He carved himself out a nice niche. He
Yeah.
Yes.
travels everywhere. You know.
So in essence, the effect of this again, because he's never had an increase either.
So we're on 21.
Won't give you $200 a month.
21.
Pays for itself.
And
And again, he only gets paid for work he does. So if he doesn't work on any of our contracts that month, he doesn't get paid.
He's well worth it, I think.
yeah, he's represented the hospital here for at least 30 years that I know of, a long time, so.
Okay.
You have anything, Gene, are you okay with that?
I'm nice. Okay, I see the agreement here. I'm not seeing the amount or the name. On it.
Page 22, number 6 is the amount,
Yeah, $1,400 a month.
but is his name on here?
No, it
Independent
says
contractor.
agreement. You should probably have it more than obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the signature. When we make,
Well-
don't we make the check out to Andy working? We don't make it out to some independent contractor.
No, it's Andy working.
It's Andy working.
So if he doesn't work, he
Sold.
doesn't get paid. He's in bills.
He bills monthly based upon whether he did work for us that month. If he doesn't do work, then we don't.
We don't pay him.
Right.
He gives
He
us something.
shouldn't not work most of the year.
He does. This is one of the things John and I are gonna be working on, because I don't know that he actually has all of our contracts to negotiate. We want to sit down with him and make sure that he's got these so he can be doing all of them instead of some of the big ones that we've sent him.
Some of these contracts are old and haven't been looked at for a while probably, so we're trying to get a little extra reimbursement with some of these big guys.
Is there anybody else, not that he's doing a bad job, but is there anybody in town that's doing a better job?
In town, this town?
No,
Oh.
I'm not,
in California.
Oh, there's other people. I've looked at a few other people. They're more expensive than him and they don't have his group of hospitals.
Okay.
They don't have as many people as he does. I tried,
he's worked with these health plans forever, so I mean, he knows the key people.
yeah, I had.
He's able to tweak us. He gets, like I said, even the current health systems one, you know, we were looking at a observation bed rate that was below 700.
Yeah.
And now we got up to 150. So it's a huge increase to us,
Big difference.
especially since they've made their announcement that they're really going to be pushing the hospitals to use more observation beds for this first day or two. So I said, if that's the case, then I want to make sure we got more money up front to offset that. So he came through on that. Quite happy with him.
Does Andy work all by himself or does he
Yeah.
have a staff? Really all by
No, he's
himself?
not so much.
Works from home on his computer.
Yeah.
Makes all that money.
That's it. Yeah.
He's
That's a lot
getting
of
that from,
contracts for that
from
many hospitals.
how many people, how many hospitals he
He's got
working
at
with?
least 30, I know, so that's
He's got almost all of the rural hospitals.
$36,000 a month. It's not bad.
Yeah. Hell, it's almost as much as I make. Jesus.
I'm in the wrong
Maybe you should take his job.
So,
I'm good with,
Okay, well, we'll send his contact to the consent.
Good.
The last thing was, Gene, you want to bring up the purchasing procedures discussion?
Yeah. I don't understand our purchasing procedures. Does each department just do what they want and how they want to do it? Do we have a system to do something? How do we do it, Tim? I mean,
well, it's probably, again, what happens is we have a purchasing manager that reports to Carrie. It's Christine Polito. Again, she has all of the contracts with the various vendors that we do business with. If someone needs something, then it goes through them. Purchase recs will come to me for authorization. I either say yes or no. If I don't think they need it, then they don't get it.
is there, let's say they need paper clips or something. Do we keep stuff like that in stock?
Yes.
Okay, well, it wouldn't be good, like the builder's mark. It's good to be able over and get bolts and nuts and get stuff like that.
Sure.
Because rather than trying to store it, it costs us a lot more to store it than just make a trip over there.
What we're doing with Bob is there are certain key pieces of equipment like, yeah, a pump or something that we need that goes down. We got multiple pieces of equipment that use that same pump. We try to always keep one on the shelf. So, and then we'll order one once that one gets used so that we can get it repaired quickly, get it back up and running. And then we order a replacement to put it back on the shelf. And that's pretty much what he's trying to do, is to build up that inventory of key parts, not everything, but just the key ones. And a lot of it will get through Granger, or because they'll get quick turnaround time on delivery and those kinds of things. And then, like I said, where they need to, they'll run down here if they're in the middle of a project and they run out of, a certain type of bolt or things like that, or hoses or things like that. So,
It's gone up from a couple hundred a month. And
well, we're doing a lot more work over here on the
Well, I think
building up here.
they're very aware of saving.
But like
saving money.
a door handle, $100.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. I mean, you gotta think enough in advance to get it.
Well, some
There's a few things.
of them are like my door handles in my office because my door leading out into the lobby kept opening.
So we've been
Locked on the
trying,
inside, we come in and then find my doors wide open.
we've been trying to lock you in.
Someone's trying to break in, so, or let me out, one or the other.
Okay, I just,
Actually, it was a lot more convenient to go to the restroom right there, but it's like invariably I had that Cyrano screen there. I couldn't open the door anyway. But
Okay,
yeah, so anyway, what we had to do was to go back and then we had to get a specific type of handle so that it matched the locks on the other doors.
okay, I wasn't aware and it seemed like stuff was sort of,
Yeah, Bob's usually pretty good about trying to watch the cost on that stuff. We're trying to get that instilled in some of his staff that will run down and grab parts and stuff,
And-
looking at them in and.
like the place down here, the county people stopped using them because the oil changes, he was charging $200 a change. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the bills, I'd like to see those bills when you get a chance.
Which bills?
For the Mame's Automotive.
Okay.
So,
The
local vending,
No,
just the individual bills, what you're looking for?
yeah, and what we're
Just
paying
what
for
we're getting.
an oil change or whatever. I mean, it's,
Good idea.
so, okay. We do have a purchasing.
Yes.
We do have to
Plan.
get stuff, but with the maintenance department, they run down and pick up whatever they.
Yeah,
need
and that's-
whenever they want.
Yeah, like you said, we're using them more because of the
It's more convenient for us.
divorce stuff.
We've been using Kevin for a long time. Maybe we should shop around a little bit and see what other people have to offer, but we have vehicles that need maintenance.
Well, we did
Oh, yeah.
that with the engine issue that we had on the patient transport van.
Yeah, no, I was talking about the maintenance. So like I
Yeah.
said, the county, everybody just stopped using them. $200 a change is what they were telling me that they were paying. That's just sort of
I think
ridiculous.
it's diesel trucks.
I know my diesel's 180
$180 for diesel.
oil change, yeah.
How many courses does it take? 13?
I think it's around 12 or 13. Yeah.
Okay. That's probably $75 worth of oil. And $100 to put it in. Oh,
Yeah, it's
I'll start doing it.
lucrative business. It's not what Andy Workings makes.
Price of convenience, I guess. It is.
That included air filter, that included all the filters. It was a full service. It wasn't
Right.
just an oil change.
Okay.
I'll get you a few months worth of bills.
Pardon me.
I'll get you a few months worth of bills.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. I don't want to be in trouble. We just look a little bit.
Okay, no, all the questions are good.
And I'm fine with it, that we do have a procedure on. I'm not in the middle of everything like you guys. So I don't understand.
We also have a group purchasing organization that saves us money and we buy things too. Certain
Yeah,
vendors
there's
are
Mayor.
a group purchasing organization.
Like our drugs.
That's another one, Cardinal.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are on part of that group.
Well, we stay on top of that, Tim, with all of our changes.
Yeah, because you know, we used to participate with Premier under Adventist Health for years. And so
We're still with them.
no, not with Adventist Health. Adventist Health decided they were going to go off with another company, another GPO, and so forth. And we decided to stay with Premier. We actually looked at the savings would be greater for us to stay. They gave us better discounts than the other company. And so, and then they partnered with another third party, which was Texas Health Resources, that has huge amounts of purchasing power with their healthcare systems down there, and so forth. So they replaced, it was all under Premier, but they replaced Adventist Health. And so they found another sponsor for a lot of these hospitals and so forth. So we signed on with them.
Okay, cool.
So.
Okay, John, thank you. I, that's all. I just wanted an overview, basically, I guess, of what happens and so.
Did you want to see a copy of the purchasing? I'm sure there's a policy for it, right, or something. Yeah, if you want Heidi or.
No, as long as everybody's involved with it and okay with it, just
Christine is really good at finding discounts too.
Yes, she is.
cool, cool.
Yeah, she's-
Okay,
If I want an office chair, Christine won't let you order it. You gotta go through her catalog.
and she probably knows exactly what she's doing.
She's very good about,
She's good at whatever
very
she does.
frugal.
Yeah. Okay, that's,
She was trained under.
Yours from the project down there or just cubicles?
I think it was just the cubicles. I didn't see any chairs.
No, it's just cubicles and the file cabinets associated. with
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
these chairs, you should furnish them when we have to do a Zoom at our house.
I'll have one of the maintenance guys break it down.
I
Okay,
guess that's it, if I'm, okay.
that's it. We're adjourned at
You done with this?
1:59.
I'm just gonna,
I was gonna have Heidi wait until 2:00. Well, now it's 2:00.